always thought stories about jinn were just that, stories, something distant like thunder on someone else's horizon. But that was before the night I woke up, walked out into the hallway and saw a face that looked exactly like MrBeast staring back at me, without blinking, without breathing, and without a human body behind it. It started on a night that was already wrong. The air in my room felt heavy, like someone had draped a wet blanket over my chest. I couldn't sleep. I lay there scrolling through YouTube, half awake, watching MrBeast's ridiculous challenge videos, people buried alive, last to leave competitions, the kind of loud, colourful chaos that's supposed to distract you from your own life. I remember one thumbnail clear as day, his face, wide-eyed, smiling, staring straight at the camera. I watched maybe 10 minutes, then my eyelids got heavy. I didn't even plug my phone in. The video was still playing when sleep finally dragged me under. I don't know what time it was when I woke up, or at least I thought I woke up. My room looked the same, faint orange glow from the street lamp leaking through the curtains, the hum of my fan, the faint blue light of my phone screen gone dark. It was quiet. Too quiet. Even the usual distant traffic sounded muffled, like the world had been wrapped in cotton. I felt this strange pull to get up. Not hunger, not thirst, just a tug, like invisible fingers hooked into my ribs. I sat up slowly. My body felt heavy, like gravity had doubled. I swung my legs over the side of the bed, my feet touching the cold floor. I told myself I was just going to the bathroom. That's all. I didn't even think to say any adhkar, no bismillah, no ayat al-kursi. It was like the part of me that remembered Allah had been wrapped in fog. I opened my door. The hallway was dark, except for a dull grey light spilling from the living room at the far end. The kind of light you get from a TV left on mute. But our TV was off when I went to bed. I was sure of it. I stepped out. The wooden floor was colder than it should have been, almost damp. With each step, the air pressed in, thick and humid, like I was walking underwater. My ears were ringing with that low, buzzing silence you get before power goes out. Then I saw him. At the far end of the hallway, just where it opened into the living room, there was a tall figure standing perfectly still. His face was in the spill of that grey light. It was MrBeast. Same haircut, same beard, same wide, boyish eyes, the exact same slightly awkward grin I had just been watching on my phone. Not kind of like him, it was him, down to the exact lines and shadows. I froze. For a split second, my mind grabbed the simplest explanation. Maybe I'd left a video playing. Maybe it was just his face on the TV. But the TV was behind him, and he was in front, standing, facing me. I squinted, trying to rationalize it. Maybe it was a poster, some kind of reflection. My brain scrambled for something normal. But I kept coming back to one detail that made my skin crawl. He didn't blink. At all. Not once. Those familiar eyes were wide open, glassy, fixed on me. I waited for his chest to rise. Nothing. He didn't breathe. Hello? The words scraped out of my throat, dry. My voice sounded tiny in that suffocating silence. The hallway swallowed it whole. He didn't answer. The smile didn't shift. The head didn't move. Only the grey light trembled slightly, like it was alive. I took one small step forward. That was when it happened. The face stayed exactly where it was, same height, same angle, but the body moved. Not forward, not backward, sideways. It slid. The torso elongated in a way no human spine could, shoulders stretching, arms thinning unnaturally like melting wax, while the face remained frozen in perfect HD clarity, hovering in place as the thing behind it rearranged itself. For a moment, the light from the living room caught more of it. My breath stopped. Behind the MrBeast face, there was no human body at all. It was shadow. Not the shadow cast by the light, but something denser, darker, like smoke that had decided to stand up and pretend to be a person. It clung to the face, rising above it, trailing below it, writhing in slow motion as if underwater. The edges of it frayed and curled inward, forming and unforming limbs. No clothes, no skin. Just an absence of light, shaped like a nightmare. I remembered something Ibn Taymiyyah said, that jinn can take the form of humans and animals, that they are air-like, able to flow through spaces as wind flows. I had read it in some article and brushed it off as theory. In that moment, it didn't feel like theory anymore. My tongue was heavy, but the words fought their way out. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. The smile twitched, not the way a human smile does, but like the image itself glitched, pixels smearing for a heartbeat. I snapped my mouth shut. Fear slithered down my spine. Was I making it angry? The hallway seemed to stretch. The distance between us grew and shrank at the same time. I took another step forward without meaning to, like my legs were obeying someone else. It moved again. This time, the face slid first, drifting toward me with horrible, deliberate slowness, while the shadow body lagged behind, stretching into a long, thin smear across the floor and ceiling, like it was being dragged against its will. The smile never changed. I could see details now. The eyes weren't just wide, they were empty. Not black, not white, just flat, like two perfectly drawn circles with no life inside. My heart hammered so loudly I could hear it in my ears. "You're asleep," I whispered to myself. "This is a nightmare. Just wake up, wake up." I dug my nails into my forearm, hard. Pain flared, sharp and hot. I didn't wake up. The MrBeast face stopped a few meters away, close enough that I could see the faint, unnatural smoothness of the skin. No pores, no texture, like a mask printed onto nothing. Behind it, the shadow swelled, rising like a black wave reaching for the ceiling. It spread along the walls, swallowing family photos, the hallway mirror, everything. Only his face stayed lit, like the world was a screen and he was the thumbnail. I remembered the ayah. Indeed, he sees you, he and his tribe, from where you do not see them. Quran 7:27. I had always thought of that ayah as a warning, but in that moment it felt like a description of exactly what was happening, except now I did see it. My lips trembled. I forced them to move. Allahu la ilaha illa huwa, al-hayyul qayyum. I began Ayat al-Kursi, my voice barely more than a breath. The reaction was immediate. The shadow convulsed. The walls seemed to bend inward like they were made of rubber, warping around the creature. The smile stretched wider, peeling back too far, showing no teeth, just darkness. Its head tilted in a jerky, insect-like motion. I stumbled backward, still reciting, "La takhudhuhu sinatun wala naum." My voice cracked. Tears blurred my vision. It surged forward, not walking, not flying, just appearing closer with each blink. The edges of its form started to fray faster, like smoke sucked into a vent. I caught a glimpse of something moving inside the shadow, like dozens of thin fingers pressing against a membrane, trying to push through. For a moment, the MrBeast face flickered. Underneath it, for a fraction of a second, I saw another face, longer, older, eyes like pits in burned wood. Then the familiar YouTube smile snapped back like a mask. My knees hit the floor. I could taste metal in my mouth, the tang of panic. Allahu la ilaha illa huwa. I kept reciting, faster, stumbling over the Arabic, crawling backward towards my room. The thing's presence pressed down on me, thick and oily, squeezing the air from my lungs. It took at the doorway of my room, as if something unseen barred it. Its head jerked left, then right, like it was testing the invisible boundary. The gaps pulsed, darker, lighter, darker again. Then in a voice that wasn't a voice, more like the memory of a sound scraping across my skull, I heard it. Not with my ears, but inside my head. Why did you look at me? The lips didn't move. The smile stayed plastered on, but the question echoed anyway, cold and mocking. I choked. You can't harm me. My Lord is Allah. The words felt small, but they were all I had. The shadow shuddered, like the name of Allah burned it. The MrBeast face began to tear, not physically, but like a video glitching, lines breaking across it, sections lagging behind, rearranging in wrong ways, eyes sliding out of place, the mouth stretching sideways. I raised my hands with the little strength I had left. أعوذ بكلمات الله التامات من شر ما خلق. I sought refuge in the perfect words of Allah from the evil of what He created. The hallway exploded in silence. No sound, no breath, no hum of the fan, just a crushing, vibrating stillness that made my bones ache. The creature's form collapsed inward, folding into itself like a crumpled shadow. The MrBeast face dissolved, melting into blackness, then thinning into a line, then a dot, and then it was gone. I was alone in the hallway, on my knees, sobbing. The air suddenly felt light again, like the pressure had been lifted. I scrambled to my room, slammed the door, and this time, with shaking hands, I locked it. I didn't sleep the rest of the night. I sat with the lights on, reciting Ayat al-Kursi, the last 2 ayat of Surah al-Baqarah, Surah al-Ikhlas, al-Falaq, an-Nas, over and over until my throat went raw. In the morning, everything looked normal. The hallway was just a hallway again. The TV was off. But when I checked my arm, the place where I had pinched myself was red and bruised. I hadn't been dreaming. Later, I found a statement from scholars mentioning that jinn can appear in the form of people we recognize, even the living, to confuse and frighten. Ibn Kathir wrote about their ability to whisper, to imitate, to deceive. I realized that watching his videos in the dark, drifting to sleep without the remembrance of Allah, I had left a door in my heart wide open, and something walked through it. Now, when I hear the ayah, and whoever turns away from the remembrance of the Most Merciful, we assign to him a devil, and he is to him a companion. I don't think of other people. I think of that hallway, that face, that shadow. Because the most terrifying part isn't that I saw it, it's that, from the unseen world, it saw me first. Indeed, Allah is the best of protectors.